Good afternoon, and welcome to the Teachers Retirement April 20th, 2020 Retirement System Board meeting. I'm going to start by calling the roll. So I have John Adler.
Yes, I am here.
Thomas Brown.
I'm here.
Natalie Green-Giles.
Yes, here.
David Kazansky.
Present.
Russell Buckley.
For Lindsay Oates, DOE CFO, present.
Deborah Penny.
Here.
Susanna Vickers.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. So next I'm going to, on the agenda is an update from TRS operations, and Kavita Kanwar is going to give us the update.
Since March 16, TRS has been operating remotely, and we have made the following operational changes to provide the best possible level of member service with little to no staff present on site. We have informed our membership through email blasts and social media. We have set up a COVID-19 information page on our website where we post operational updates and news. All incoming mail handling is now being scanned by an external vendor. All outgoing correspondence to members has been directed to an external vendor for printing and mailing. In addition, as of April 1st, all outgoing correspondence has been made available to members for secure viewing on the website. Members are being directed to use the website for any services that are available as online features. And we have introduced an e-fax capability to allow members to file forms without mailing. Retirement applications have been converted to fillable forms as of April 1st, which allows members to file for retirement through the secure section of the website. The spring schedule of the educational programs is being offered online instead of on-site. Members are being encouraged to enroll in electronic fund transfer in order to receive any kind of disbursement. Members who are currently receiving their pension or one-time payments via check have been requested to switch to EFT. Check payroll runs are now processed once a month, while EFT payments will continue on a weekly schedule. And finally, we are currently working on implementing the provisions of the CARES Act, which will provide new loan and withdrawal options to members, as well as suspension of the required distributions for 2020. On March 21st, 2020, TRS implemented new system functionality to calculate all new retirement allowances using the updated life expectancy factors for benefit payment options and loan reductions. The new factors were provided by the Office of Actuary and adopted by the board effective April 1st, 2019. As a result of the new factors, TRS also revised the retirement benefits of 957 members who retired since last April. These members' benefits will increase by an average of $1,261 annually, and the increase will be implemented on the April 2020 payroll. So, thank you.
Thank you, Kavita. Next, we have a report from the actuary. Gary.
Thank you, Patricia. The first thing on my agenda is the final fiscal year 20 employer contributions. It was calculated to be $3.59 billion. This is a decrease of approximately $139 million from the preliminary fiscal year 20 contributions. The change was due to the change in the actual valuation of assets methodology that I had discussed with the board in the previous months.
Thank you.
I don't know if there's any questions. If not, I can move on to the fiscal note report. The fiscal note.
I just have a question.
Yes.
It's done. So, Sherry, I believe, but I just want to confirm that the final fiscal 20 contribution does not include any changes as a result of the OWBPA change that I think was incorporated into the preliminary fiscal 21. Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not included in fiscal 20 now. Thank you.
Okay, so for the fiscal note report, there are 3 fiscal notes issued in the last month between last board meeting and this board meeting that pertain to the teachers' retirement system. One of them had to do with allowing New York City retirement system employee or retirees come back to work to help with the public health crisis. And they would be subject, barring not passing this legislation, they would be subject to the 212 limit. So the bill that this fiscal note was pricing out was if they return back to work and the cap was lifted so that their pension was not suspended if they made over the cap cost. We determined this to be a de minimis cost because to the extent that they would not have come back to work, and we would still be paying out their pension benefits anyway. So it's a 0 cost for that fiscal note. The second one was to increase the foreign investment cap from 10% to 30% in the basket clause. And that also was a de minimis fiscal note, because de minimis cost fiscal note, just because we don't expect there to be a large increase in employer contributions with this change. The third fiscal note had to do with if the retirement systems were to post the minutes, the board meeting minutes, onto their website. Theoretically, this would affect employer contributions because employer contribution has a administrative expense component to it. And so if, to the extent that this would increase the administrative expense, it would affect the employer contribution. But because, the board meeting minutes aren't that labor intensive to upload onto the website, this was also calculated to be a de minimis cost. So that completes the report. Again, I'll be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Okay. So next is the executive director's report, and the first item on the executive director's report is the next meeting. And it has been suggested that the next regular meeting of the Teachers Retirement Board be held on the 3rd Thursday of the month, May 21st, 2020. So just mark your calendars for May 21st, 2020. The next item is a resolution to adopt the actuary's determination for the final fiscal year 2020 employer contribution to the new New York City Teachers Retirement System.
Please skip to the resolved.
Resolved that the employer contribution to the Teachers Retirement System of the City of New York for fiscal year 2020 in the amount of $3,590,801,261 is hereby approved by the Board of Trustees.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve it?
So moved.
So moved. Or
Is there a second?
second.
I guess that was, okay, thank you, Mr.
Sorry.
Adler.
Who moved? Hold on, who moved in a second? I couldn't hear.
All right,
Tom
let's say
Brown,
that
so moved.
Tom Brown made the motion, John Adler seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
So next on the agenda is the resolution for the securities litigation protocol. And the following resolution is submitted for consideration and adoption by the Board of Trustees of the Teachers Retirement System. Whereas
Please skip to the resolved on that as well.
Resolved that the board directs the law department to provide updates on its continuing review of the securities litigation protocol and any proposed changes for consideration by the board.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Right. This is Valerie. They're actually, so I don't have the EDR up. There should have been an additional resolve there where the board
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
adopts the update.
Okay, so the next resolve is that the board directs the law department. well, wait a minute. All right, let me
You
start.
said that when you, yeah.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby adopts the attached securities litigation protocol, which replaces the current protocol, Appendix 9 of the Board's investment policy statement, and be it further resolved that the Board directs the Law Department to provide updates on its continuing review of the securities litigation protocol and any proposed changes for consideration by the Board.
Okay, thank you. Now, is there a motion?
David
There a motion?
Kazansky, so moved.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
John
Tom
Adler,
Brown, second.
Is there any
Second, Susanna Hope.
Susanna, did you just second it or did you want to say something? Okay.
No, I'm sorry, I tried to second it.
Oh, okay. Is there any discussion?
May I just have one question. It's Natalie. I read it. It says on the 15th of every month. This is a question for Valerie, I guess. 15th of every month is an update. Is that correct?
Yes, but by the 15th of every month is, I think, how it reads. And we do get an update from the law department. I'm going to say by the 15th of each month, which is then distributed to the board.
Okay, and is there any annual review, or I know these are lengthy cases, so is there ever sort of an annual look back to say what have we brought in or where we are on things?
There is not. On the attending the meeting is Alan Kleiman, who's from the Affirmative Litigation Division at the Law Department. So I don't know if Alan, you wanted to say anything about that?
Hi, can people hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what we do is we prepare the monthly report, and each month what's new is highlighted, so you don't have to go through everything else. So by getting that, you can see what's happening on a month-by-month basis as to what's going on in the world of securities litigation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, then. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
Okay, next on the agenda is the calendar, and the first item on the calendar is the approval of the minutes. The approval of the February 6th investment meeting minutes, which were laid over at the March board meeting.
Patricia, can we lay, this is Tom Brown, can we lay them over again?
Oh, that was loud noise. All right, do we have agreement? So Patricia, they're still inaccurate. We want to lay them over again. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Tom Brown, yeah. Can we lay the February 6th minutes of the investment meeting, lay them over?
Okay, are we all in agreement that we'll lay those over? Yes?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so we're in agreement. So we'll lay over February 6th.
Okay, so next is the approval of the minutes from the February 26th SIMME minutes, which were laid over in March. The March 5th investment meeting with the one small change of Russell's name from Christopher to Russell. The March 18th SIM minutes and the March 19th board meeting minutes.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the February 26th through the March 19th?
Tom Brown, so moved.
Thank you, Tom. Is there a second?
Susanna Vickers, second.
Thank you, Susanna. Any discussion about those meetings? Okay.
Can we pass a resolution to change Russell's name?
That would probably be easier.
No?
Okay.
All right,
All
then I'm fine.
those in favor? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Aye.
you.
Aye.
Opposed?
Christopher says aye.
Thank you, Christopher.
Thanks,
Any
Chris.
opposed? Okay, motion carries. We've approved them.
So next is the calendar. You all should have received an electronic version of the calendar.
Please waive the reading of the calendar.
Okay. So take a motion.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the calendar?
David Kazansky moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Tom Brown, second.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 You, any opposed? Okay, we've approved the calendar.
Next on the agenda is other business, but having none, we look for questions or comments from the public.
Okay, seeing none, I guess. All right. Do we have a motion to go into executive session?
Tom Brown.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
All right, so we should
Thank you.
leave. And then
Okay, so we'll leave now.
Okay. All right, so Thad, do you want to give us the report out
Sure.
from executive session?
So during the executive session, a personnel matter was discussed with the board. No action was taken. That's all that I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Appropriate time, Thad?
Well, in this particular instance, it was just a personnel matter.
Okay, so then I guess if that's it, is there a motion to adjourn?
David Kazansky moves to adjourn.
Thank you, David. Is there a second?
Second,
Second.
John Adler.
Okay, John Adler, great. Any discussion? All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Can you
Bye,
send me
everybody.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Stay healthy.
See you all.